Kane Pittman with the pick and roll. Brook, podium games. You feel like this is overdue?
I don't want to say that. I think we did a great job of just sticking with what we've been doing, all postseason long. And, shots didn't go in early, but, we did a great job of grinding it out. We played great defense and just stuck with it, and then things started going our way.
Eric named The Athletic. Giannis, you guys hold Kawhi to 2 fourth-quarter points. He takes just 5 shots. What did you think of the job Chris and Malcolm were able to do on him tonight?
Amazing job. Obviously, is the vocal point of their offense, and I think they did a great job just sending him left. He's trying to go right and get to a spot and rise up or go all the way. But I think guys like Brook, Nico, Ersan did a great job just being active behind and just showing him body. So, Kawhi is Kawhi. He's going to hit shots. He's going to make tough shots. But at the end of the day, we're trying to make it as tough as we can. And in the fourth quarter, it was tough for him. And I think we made him feel us the whole game. And that's what we're trying to do as a team. Trying to make him play 1 against 5.
Greg Matzik from WTMJ. Brook, it felt like you were on the cusp of breaking through and taking a lead multiple times in the second half. Finally able to do it in the fourth quarter, and then it sort of stayed in your favor. What allowed for that breakthrough? It seemed like every time you had a little run, Toronto was able to answer.
Yeah, we just don't quit as a unit. We keep pounding, and grinding, and and then we finally got there. But there's no quit in our team. I don't think it's really in our DNA at all. Any of our guys.
Hey, Brook, Sopan Deb with the New York Times. For a lot of your career, taking 11 threes in a game would have been, let's say, unusual or kind of unheard of. And now you're not only expected to take those shots, you're making them. How do you assess how you've kind of rebirthed your career? And also, are you having more fun playing this style than you did in the first half of your career?
I've always tried to have fun. When I go out and play basketball, I obviously love playing the game, but no question, I've been having a great time here. It's just a fun group to be around, a fun coaching staff, fun teammates, great teammates, unselfish, just best guys in the world. And, I think it's just embedded in the team. We have trust in one another that we can all take and make shots if we're open. And, honestly, we're frustrated at each other if we don't shoot it when we're open. If we have a good shot, we got to take it. And, a lot in the first half, they weren't going down. It wasn't our best shooting night, but when they're there, we still have to take them, and that's how I feel about each one of us when we're shooting the ball.
Matt Velasquez, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Giannis, just with the way that Brook kind of gave you guys life at multiple times during this game, just what's going through your mind as you see the way that he's finishing inside, he's making threes, he's blocking shots, he's just doing everything for you guys?
This is the Brook we all know and we all love. We want him to be aggressive. Especially against the series. Marc Gasol is trying to be active, he's trying to help a lot, and he's going to be wide open most of the time, and he's going to knock down shots like he did tonight. And especially when he's going, we got to find him even more and more and more. I think he did a great job also, going for the offensive rebounds, giving us extra possession, giving us extra points, and he got to do this series. And what else he did? He did a lot tonight. He blocked shots, and he definitely set the tone defensively.
Brook, Tim Reynolds with the AP. When you finally got that first 3 to go down in the second quarter, the cameras caught you screaming for what seemed like a minute, finally, when you finally got that one to go. Was that all it took? Was just one to go down for everything just to feel like it was back in rhythm for you?
Yeah. And again, that's what my teammates have been telling me. I know George Hill specifically, and then this guy too. Just stick in my mind. Just keep shooting the ball. You just need one to go down. Keep letting it fly. And that one felt good. I had a few other ones that felt like they were right there, but our team just we just stick with it. We all struggled a bit shooting the ball, but I know I did, and I'm so thankful to have a group of teammates that support me 100%, regardless if it's going in or out. They just want me to keep going out there and doing my job.
Andrew Wagner for Forbes Sports. Either of you guys, when you have a week off, you can practice, you can scrimmage, but it's kind of hard to replicate the intensity of a game, and especially a playoff game. Was it a little tough getting right back into the swing of things in the opening couple of minutes there?
I got you, Giannis. I always got you. You know that. I think it can be. Like you said, there's no perfect way to replicate the environment in that situation. And we scrimmaged, we played against coaches, we had token defense. We went as far as creating jerseys, with the Raptors names and numbers on them, so we could have, a little scout team and everything. But there's nothing quite like being in that environment, and our fans did a great job. They brought it tonight. They were absolutely supporting us. And, maybe it took a quarter or two, but I think our mind was in the right place. We were playing with a lot of energy, playing with toughness. Again, shots weren't going down, but, we were in a much better place from the get-go than we were game one against the Celtics.
Steve Ashburn, NBA.com. It seemed like, when you're out there in space shooting those shots, the crowd is sort of living and dying with each attempt. What's your emotional level like on a miss and a miss and a miss and then a make? I mean, how does it change for you? I
mean, I definitely get frustrated with myself, but again, got my teammates' support behind me, and that means the world to me. It does everything for me, and it keeps me going and keeps me firing those threes. And here, the fans as well. It definitely gives me a lot of support. It's just, the fans were great out there tonight. They definitely were a lifeline for us. And we absolutely rode them as well.
Peter Bukowski, Dime Magazine. Giannis, at one point you guys were shooting 17% from three. The math says you keep shooting, you're probably going to make some of them, but my guess is you're not in the huddle saying the math, the math, the math. So what are you saying to your teammates? What is Coach Bud saying to you guys to get you to just do what you do and let it fly?
I think in the second quarter or late in the first quarter, he told us to keep shooting the ball. If we're open, stop hesitating. I think in one play I was open in the corner and I didn't shoot the ball, and I think he ended up in Chris taking a tough shot. He wants us to trust one another, keep moving the ball, and when we're open to shoot the ball, and that's what we're doing all year. That's what we're going to keep doing. Tonight we were able to hit 11 threes. Didn't shoot it great, 25%, but at the end of the day, when I'm trying to come downhill, when Bledsoe's trying to come downhill, we're going to make the right pass, and we know that our teammates going to knock shots down. So I'm going to keep trying to be playing the right way. That's what Coach Bud wants us to do, and eventually, we don't care about the math. Eventually, they're going to go in, and if you keep shooting, that's how you win games.
Michael Lee with The Athletic. Giannis, how good did it feel that you didn't have to have some superhuman MVP type performance, and that when you sat, things didn't go sideways for this group? What does it say about this team?
It says a lot, and it definitely feels amazing. Usually, when things don't go well, in the past, the team didn't do great, but this year is insane. Even though I don't play well, the team is able to respond and to hold their own, and guys are coming off the bench, playing the right way, and being a plus for the team. So it feels good. It feels good not to be able to come every night and try to put my body in the line and give everything I got for us to win a game. And, I didn't have a great game, but at the end of the day, my team had great games, and we're able to get this win.
Malika Andrews, ESPN, all the way in the back, guys. Hi.
There you are.
I'm just wondering, you guys haven't played a whole lot of close late game scenarios out in the playoffs, and what did you learn from this? And then do you think this was needed to win in not a blowout fashion in order to continue to move forward?
I got you. That's no worries. Take a break. I think it just I think it was definitely needed. It goes to show we can close games out. Thank you, Giannis. In multiple ways in different fashions. We have a lot of confidence in this group, and all throughout the season and the playoffs, different guys have been stepping up. Different guys have been having big nights, and it was definitely good to see us win in a different way tonight. I think going forward, we'd be all right though if they weren't all like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.